Ripple isn't waiting for adoption anymore. It's already happening. Behind the scenes, banks, institutions, and payment systems are already starting to use RLUSD, and most people have no idea. And if this trend continues, we're not talking about millions, we're talking about trillions moving through Ripple's ecosystem. So in this video, we're going to show you some highlights that just recently happened from March 31st to April 1st, showing you how rapidly Ripple is rolling out RLUSD, and we're looking at a global scale rollout here. So let's go ahead and hop into it. I don't want to waste any more of your time. There's going to be several news stories you want to make sure you check out. So don't go anywhere, especially if you're a Ripple XRP fan. This is information you definitely need to know about. Even if you're not, it's good to understand what's happening around you. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of against Ripple and XRP, they don't believe in it, but listen to the news stories and think about how this can impact your crypto that you're holding as well, because this is a major signal to the rest of the world that crypto is getting turned on. So let's go ahead and check out these news stories. The first one is going to come from my X account. You're always more than welcome to follow me on X. We'd love to have you over there. But this is going to be talking about the Strait of Hormuz, and it's important for you to understand about the Strait of Hormuz is that a lot of the world's global energy comes from that. So it's not just oil, it's fertilizer, aluminum, helium. Helium is actually needed to make semiconductors, microchips. Of course, AI being this new boom, that is very important. We have helium, right? So a lot of import export within this region. But let's go ahead and check out this post, and I want to tie all this together to Ripple RLUSD. You'll see what I'm talking about once we get through it. So check it out. We have payments must be made in Chinese yuan or cryptocurrency stablecoins. So let's break this down. Iran is paid $1 per oil barrel. The Strait sees between 7 to 8 billion barrels of oil per year. This will allow Iran to rebuild the country. But right here's what I want to point out here is that cryptocurrency stablecoin, this is the way to roll out the quantum financial system. So what I'm missing there is the fact that Iran is now allowing the Strait of Hormuz to be open, but they're making a toll system within the Strait. So this toll system is going to operate similar to this. Every barrel of oil that passes through the Strait of Hormuz, Iran gets $1 per barrel. And that can be paid out in Chinese yuan or stable coins. And the point here is stable coins. We are seeing crypto on a world stage in a hyper-focused area with everybody is watching. And they're talking about cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. That's the exciting point here. But let's move on to the news stories that ties in Ripple and RLUSD to all this. And I want to show you how this connects. So check out this first story. This is going to come from BSCN on April 1st. Read along with me. It has to do with Deloitte. A major story just dropped. So check it out. It says, Deloitte confirms RLUSD is fully backed. Major auditing firm Deloitte, one of the big four, has published an independent report confirming that Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin is fully backed. In fact, its reserves exceeds the current market cap of RLUSD by several tens of millions of dollars. At a time of writing, RLUSD has a market cap of $1.25 billion, having dropped from highs of nearly $1.6 billion. At the time we're seeing one of the major energy ports start to accept cryptocurrencies, we're also seeing two major firms such as Ripple and Deloitte confirming and backing the fact that Ripple's RLUSD does in fact have a 1-to-1 ratio with their treasury, meaning that for every one RLUSD, they do in fact have USD dollars to back that RLUSD. So this gives institutions some kind of ease to know that, hey, if we use RLUSD, we do have a back system, it's good to go. This is a great signal for the people that want to use Ripple's service, right? But before we go on, guys, please hit that like button. This crypto community is down on YouTube, so any kind of support will be massive. And drop a comment down below. Are you aware of what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz? Is anybody else following that kind of stuff? Because this is a major impact, especially when we look at the markets and how they're going to react. This is something you definitely be paying attention to. And definitely hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of reporting where we're bringing just facts, no kind of hyper hopium to make you feel good and fuzzy on the inside. We would love to have you on the channel. So let's go ahead and keep going here. The next story is going to come through Convera and Ripple. Coin Bureau posted this on April 1st as well, so check it out. This does all tie in, I promise. So check it out. It says Ripple partners with global payments giant Convera. Ripple has teamed up with Convera, a former Western Union Business Solutions unit, to deliver stablecoin-powered cross-border payments and treasury solutions for businesses. So Ripple teaming up with Convera now gives them even more access than they already have. And we're talking global payments, guys. Ripple is definitely going global as they always have, right? But we're starting to see more validation behind that. And now that we have this team up with Convera, we have Deloitte backing and saying, hey, RLUSD is a safe source to use. What else happens around the same time frame is minting. So check out how much RLUSD was recently minted just here in the last couple of days. So check it out here with me. This comes from BSCN as well on April 1st. Read along with me. It says massive. The biggest single RLUSD mint has just happened on XRP Ledger. According to Ripple stablecoin tracker XRP Ledger, 92.3 million RLUSD was just minted at the treasury or at RLUSD treasury. This marks the largest single mint on the blockchain. But let's keep going here about minting. This comes from VET. And VET states that now Gemini minted 150 million RLUSD on the XRP ledger with Ripple. This means Gemini has a 1-to-1 the USD liquidity and in a Ripple-controlled bank account to mint this amount. I can't tell exactly the motivation or goal behind the sequence of events, but Ripple's mint/redeem engine for RLUSD works great. Funds are immediately sent to hot accounts, aka distribution accounts, to then fund customer accounts. So let's go back here. We have minting of RLUSD. We have Convera working with Ripple to bring global payments, of course. And then we have Deloitte stating RLUSD is indeed backed 1-to-1. Then even further back, we have the Strait of Hormuz, a major energy import-export, announcing that they are willing and wanting to take cryptocurrency stablecoins. This is no coincidence in my mind, especially when we keep going and we put two more stories together here, and it has to do with Ripple and what else they're doing to bring in more institutional adoption, guys. This is a massive move. So check it out. This comes from CoinDesk on March 31st, 2026. Read along with me. It says, Ripple Prime extends its Hyperliquid X integration to include HIP-3 symbols, giving institutional traders on-chain perpetual access to traditional assets, including gold, silver, and oil. So on top of everything we just talked about with the minting of RLUSD and the adoption, etc., we now have Hyperliquid going forward with perpetuals for gold, silver, and oil. What's being extracted? What's the main commodity everybody's talking about right now? It's oil. And again, no coincidence, and that's just my opinion. Let's keep on going. Last story. This is going to come from Chad on X, and this has to do with Ripple and Swift. There's a lot of controversy behind Ripple and Swift. I'm going to read this article, and I'll let you decide what you think about this. Check it out here. We have Ripple, Treasury, and XRP now connected directly to Swift. Global bank connectivity and hosting options for Swift's Alliance Lite 2 platform. We have also partnered to offer Swift REF data for IBAN and ABA lookups directly from within Ripple Treasury's workflow. Accurately and securely communicate with their banks through any possible channels such as Swift, eBix, SFTP, APIs, or any alternative network. Then you pop open this right here. You can read it says this is from actual Ripple, right here, Ripple Treasury. Connectivity partners, you bring it down here. Of course, it says Swift. It says Swift. Ripple Treasury is part of the Swift Certified Partner Program, and we're proud to offer global bank connectivity and hosting options for Swift Alliance Lite 2 platform. We have partnered to offer Swift REF data for IBAN, ABA lookups directly from within Ripple Treasury workflow. So we put all these stories together, we have a better understanding of what's really happening in front of us. We are literally seeing the rollout of cryptocurrency in a major way. And keep in mind, guys, we recently had a launch of SpaceX Falcon 9 that launched 119 satellites into orbit. And within those satellites is the Internet of Things, payments, all this cryptocurrency, digital, DLT, all these things coming out all at once. And again, this is no coincidence as we put all these stories together. This is happening right in front of us. So hopefully you're prepared. I know everybody is tired of, kicking can down the road next year, next month. This is the big payout. This is why you cannot get too excited about price action, and you need to make sure you're watching the news stories and educating yourself to what's really happening so you don't get too excited, because when you get excited, you get let down and then you start giving up, and that's when you start selling off. But when you stay convicted by reading and researching this information, you put the bigger picture together and you understand that it's just a matter of time for all this to happen. We're talking a global adoption. It's not an easy switch of a flip of the switch. This does take time and coordination. We're almost there. We're seeing it actually being announced. We're seeing it in everyday mainstream news. It's getting there. Stay patient. Don't get frustrated with it. So that's all I have for you guys in this on this video. But before I let you go though, hey, take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and become that change you want to see. I'll see you on the next one.